This is ruining your power leveling in Destiny 2. We're talking about the reward rank bug. If you haven't seen this, or if you've been wondering why your loot drops are sometimes lower than expected, we're going to give you a full breakdown right here. So that way you get the most powerful drops when doing solo, fire team, or even pinnacle ops. So let's start from the beginning. When you actually launch, let's say for example today, solo ops, it's the salt mines, which is like the slowest and worst one, by the way. Probably wait for the faster one to come up like Caldera or K1 Logistics. But let's say you're farming the salt mines. Obviously, you go into the modifiers here. I'm going to put it onto master. I'm going to put on locked loadout and no HUD for pretty much all activities. And this has given me a reward forecast of B currently, okay? Now, if I go up here, you can see all these different modifiers. And as I go up and down, I go up and down the rating. Now, we've previously given you the information that you only need a B+ rating in order to get the A tier rewards, which is true some of the time. But why is it randomly happening where you can complete the activity and still get B tier rewards? Well, we now know because of a video from Esoteric, and here's the breakdown. As I put on these different modifiers and it goes up in difficulty, you'll notice that now I'm at B, add another modifier, add another one. I've now hit the B+ rating here, okay? Which is great. If I go and complete this activity and I beat my bonus objective, I should get a high enough score to actually get an A tier rating, which makes it much better for the leveling or the difficulty of the activity, right? Because right now my power is 349. If I add another modifier on here, I bring up the combatant power to 370. That makes it way harder. So you want to keep your power and the combatant power as close as possible, so that way you can kind of fly through the activity. So that's why everyone's been doing these B+ clears, but then randomly they wouldn't get it. So here's what you need to do. Once you complete said activity, if you ever don't get the maximum drop you're supposed to get, you need to go back in here and look at the view content section here and take note of what is the maximum score required from the A tier here. It should say 596,500, for example, for the salt mines. That's what you need your final score to be when the match activity ends. So make sure that when you complete it one time and it doesn't have that, what you're going to do at that point in time is you're going to have to add on another modifier to potentially go up. So go back in here and I can add on another +10 modifier, and you'll see I'm still in the B+ rating, and I can now complete it consistently and get that. For each activity, it seems to have a different score multiplier at the end, and it's just important to adjust your B+ rating, so that way you make sure you actually get the A tier rewards. And the actual little bar that's in the bottom right corner, that marker can actually go past the intended line and still not give you the actual A tier rating, which is probably the most frustrating part about this, because usually you think if I cross that line, then I will get the A tier rewards, but that's not the case from what we found. Hopefully you find this helpful. Hopefully this helps you in your pursuits to power grind as efficiently as possible. Feel free to let me know what power level you're at right now down in the comment section below, and make sure to subscribe, smash the like button. We'll see you in the next one. Later.